everything about process groups for PMP examination. I am recording a series of 5 videos on initiating process group, planning process group, executing process group, monitoring controlling process group, and then finally closing process group. In these 5 videos, I'm going to explain everything about all the 5 process groups for your day-to-day project management. If you're going for interviews, you will cover everything from this videos. If you're preparing for PMP examination, I'm going to cover all the concepts that are going to be checked for the PMP examination. Watch this series of 5 videos over the next 5 days and understand what are the 5 process groups in project management according to PMI from the PMBOK, and understand them in detail. Become a better project manager, crack interviews, pass your PMP examination. Let's get started off. In today's video, I'm going to start with initiating process group. The first process group that is there to start the project. Okay, we'll try to understand in detail about initiating process group. Let's get started off. Okay, so initiating process group. So what are we initiating? We are initiating a project over here, right? So there is a reason to initiate a project. Maybe you're trying to solve a problem. Maybe you're trying to solve a problem on the environment, or you want to solve a technical problem, or you want to solve a business problem, or you want to do some compliance regulations, right? So all of these comes from a business need, or there is some need, right? So you put a business case around it. So you put a business case around this need, and then you try to understand what exactly you're trying to solve over here. So you become with agreements. So in case you're having some vendors do this, you're getting some different partners going to help you do this. You put some agreements in the initiating process groups. So agreements all come in initiating process group, right? So agreements are like legal documents. Project charter is created over. That's an internal document to execute the entire project. Okay, you're going to check the industry standards. What are the industry standards to kind of get this kind of projects? Are we meeting those benchmarks? What is the best thing to deliver, right? Then you look into market trends. So the business case gives you an input on all of these things. You go understand what is in the market, and then you kind of come with the conclusion. Okay, fine, this is what is the problem, I think, so we have to go and solve that, right? So that's one thing. Then you also check the feasibility. Is the project feasible? What is the you do some mathematical calculations also. Are there some benefits? You will see the net present value or return on investments, right? So, or what is the payback period of this project? So you look into all of these things in the initiating process period, right? Is this project feasible? You come up with a statement of work. You determine at a high level what are the risk, constraints, assumptions, requirements needed for this project. So initiating process group is going to give you a stage. It's going to set a stage for you to deliver the entire project. If you're starting off as a project manager, you need to know all of these things when you start the project. Why is the project being done? What are the initial risks, assumptions, and then what is the requirements, success criteria, exit criteria, right? All of these are basic things. So that's very important. Now, very, very important. So in the initiating phase, what are we going to do? We're going to determine what are the measurable objectives. What is the output of this project? What are we going to track from this project? What is the benefit of doing this project, right? So we're going to track all of this, right? What is the measurable output? When is the customer going to be happy when I deliver this project? So we decide on the what's the measurable output of this project, objective, right? Then we also provides a guiding vision. Is the project aligned with our strategy? You have a project charter that aligns with the project strategy. So is the project aligning with the org strategy is also a very, very important part of this initiating process, right? Then we identify important stakeholders. Who are the key people whom I will work within my organization and with the customer? Who's the sponsor? Who's the project manager? Who are the subject matter experts, right? You're going to identify all of these people in the initiating phase of the project, right? Then after that, project manager is officially assigned during the initiation phase also, and is also given authority to execute the project. He has some reserves with him which he uses when the project is going in the not in a very progressive way, right? He can use the reserves, right? So all of this is happening over there in the initiating phase. And identify the initial milestone. What are the milestones on a project, right? Probably do you want to give milestone based on the deliverables, like for example end of discovery is a milestone, then end of sprint two sprints is a milestone, you have a release after that, or end of UAT is a milestone, right? Or after end of release one is a milestone, or end of MVP is a milestone. You talk about all of these things in the initiating phase, and then you call this out. Okay, then after that, align the project with the organizational strategy. As I told you, use a project charter, aligning with the org strategy and get it done. right? Companies change control systems also kind of taken care, like how are you going to approve changes, when will the change control system come into the picture. We're going to talk about all of these things. When will this that will call for extra new change requests, or when is it that we can use the reserves and get things done. We talk about this also in the initiating phase of the project. Then company processes, what are the process policies, how are you going to get things done, how do you approve, get resources approved, is there a PMO or is it not a PMO, or like do we have a project management information systems, is there no software to kind of get the agreements approved, or you've got time tracking. So all of these things are also called out in the initiating phase of the project. Then past relations with sponsor and the team, right? For example, most of the time in sponsorship organizations, the service organizations get benefited because they go and work with sponsors, the new organization get more business from there, right? So though that's very important. In initiation phase, you need to check with the relationship of the sponsor, the project manager, your organization, the customer's organization, right? So this relationship building is very, very important. Then list of key stakeholders, also as I told you, call it all the important people in the project, the sponsor, project managers, subject matter experts who will be working with you, who will help you, the solution guys or the product owner is going to come and give you an overall view or give you a high level input on what is needed, right? Then after that, you talk about the templates. What are the templates you have? Like for example, I was working out with one of the product companies, and we had to prepare a project to kind of stitch many documents together on one of the on the intranet for a customer. We had to make a SOW, right? And that was the first time I'm going to make an SOW. So I had to go and look at the old template, see the old template, and see how the SOW was built, put the milestone, put the cost, all of the assumptions, what the company can do, what the company cannot do, right? So all these things are very, very important. Okay. Then after that, you have got company culture and team. So how changes are getting approved, the team that's going to come at a high level, you not have all the names now, but you'll get these names a little later, but you'll at least get to know, okay, fine, I need like 6 people, 12 people, or 8 people for this project. Okay. And very important, the initiation phase, you divide large projects into smaller projects, right? Smaller phases. Okay, phase one, phase two, phase three. Like for example, when I was working with one of the organizations as a product company, our mobile software was be going to be used by a financial organization, and it was broken down into 3 or 4 phases. Like for example, one was the rural phase, one was the urban phase, and then also in the rural we had the commercial, we had the uh, not commercial phase, then after again for urban commercial, not our commercial, right? Then we have mobile phase, and then we have web phase, right? So multiple phases are coming up, breaking down a large project into a smaller project. Okay, that was also being done. So in the initiation phase, we finalize the project charter. We get the charter approved by the sponsor. Remember that project charter is always approved by the sponsor. It can be created by the sponsor alone, or he can also collaborate with people and bring the charter. Right? High level requirements are also gathered in the initiation phase. We define the project exit criteria. When is something going to be exit? Is it a POC, or is it like we want some working software to be out there in the market, or what is the exit criteria, right? Then work with customer on the acceptance criteria. What is the acceptance criteria? How often will come and check? We're going to call out all of these things. Then high level scope, duration, cost, constraints are called out. When do they want the project to be delivered? What is the amount, and what is the scope? Like for example, scope bonus are very important to be called out in initial phase. Like in one of the projects when we were working, we were told that initially we just have to work on the back end and there's no UI to be done. Right? But then when we started off in the project in the kickoff, customer don't know we need UI also. Now, this was a strategic customer. We couldn't build them more. We had to use an older budget, which we had to kind of get this project done. And we did the piece, and the customer was very happy. And then after that, we got more business from this customer. Okay, so very important. You have to call out things on the scope, durations, constraint, and time. Okay, those are triple constraints. ROM estimates, rough order magnitude estimates, are coming in the initiation phase of the project. Rough order magnitude estimates will give you a buffer of say plus 75% to minus 25%. Let's say you're doing a project for say 100 days, you can give an estimate of 175 days to minus 75 days. This is the range of providing, because at this time we don't have a lot of clarity. We just know what needs to be done. Okay, well, we need more details. So at this time, a project manager can only give a range of estimates. Okay, a range that says, okay, in this range I can get this project done. Okay. Then finally, we do a lot of conflict resolution, because many people are coming, people not agree on the scope, time, schedule, cost, the ways of working. But a lot of conflicts will happen. So the conflict resolution also needs to be done in the initiation phase of the project. This is the phase of project. The PM needs to be very, very active with the stakeholders. A lot of stakeholder involvement will be over here. Lot of risk will be over here. So the uncertainty of the project is way too high in the initiating phase. We are not clear about many things. So the project manager needs to involve a lot, ask as many questions as possible, document them, put the update the assumption log, or update the risk logs, right? And then after that, put the list of criteria for the exit of the project, right? So these things are very, very important. The cost at this stage on the project is low because we are not having many. It's just that the PM and maybe a couple of experts are there for the initial few days, right? So this stage starts after the project is signed. Once the project is signed, the project initiation starts. Okay, in few organizations, even before the project is signed, they start off because they think of strategic customers. But for PMI, for PMP examination, remember that the initiation comes after the project is signed. Okay, the charter is created and the stakeholders are identified. Okay, that's very important. Then, very important concept for PMP examination in the initiating process: what is high, what is low. Okay, so the risk is very high in the initiation phase of the project. Okay, so this is the initiation process group. This is the first part of the project. Okay, and that's very, very high. Then after that, the stakeholder involvement also very, very high in the initiating process group. Then the cost is low over here in this because not many people are there. So that's about initiating process group for you all. Will help you understand concepts of project management for initiating, how you can be a good PM, how you start a project, use these inputs for your interviews or managing a project in a better way, or for your PMP examination. All of these topics are important for PMP examination. In the next video, I'll be talking to you about planning process groups. Let's watch that in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. This is Arham Faraaz. Bye bye. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.